I've raised concerns recently about the special education population as it relates to the virtual learning. And after a couple of weeks of seeing how things are going and receiving phone calls from parents, I said, okay, I need to be the voice for this population, being now also a parent of 2 children that have IEPs.
An IEP is an individualized education program that's developed specifically for every child with a learning or developmental disability. There are nearly 247,000 such students in the state, and many are in districts like Patterson that are fully remote this fall. Corey Teague says that plan's just not working.
You have some students that they need hand over hand, coordination when they're doing their work. None of that is possible right now with the remote learning. We have some new buildings and we might have to think outside the box and reassign some of the special needs students or L&D students to those particular buildings to make sure that they have that one-on-one interaction that they really need.
Therapies can range from occupational to speech or emotional support. Some districts, like Jackson, that have opened with a hybrid plan, have their neediest or self-contained students back in the building 5 days a week. Other students with comprehension challenges like dyslexia are hybrid, working with a resource teacher both in person and online.
If we're able to do it in school, then we have to find a way to do it virtually. So we broke up the kids, target-based, skill-based, broke them up into small groups. We did it over the computer. We used interactive tools. They were able to read online to me. I was able to record their voices, give them the immediate feedback that they needed.
I do feel at this point we have not perfected it, but certainly improved it. We've gotten better in terms of our strategies and how to motivate and reach students.
But not all special needs students can access or use the remote technology, and many rely on a caregiver for support.
We still have some families with language barriers, and some parents work and just are not able to fully support their students when they are remote.
For our students with autism, the routine that they had at school was something they were used to.
Former State Education Assistant Commissioner Barbara Gantwerk says the loss of that routine and feeling isolated is having a big impact.
What kind of regression could we see in students who missed the spring, essentially, don't have the support at home that they need even to run some of these programs, occupational therapy, physical therapy, and are still not back in school?
That is a great concern. That's going to be an issue that schools are facing. How can they determine where the students are relative to the instruction, the curriculum, the social skills? And the next step in that is, what do schools have to do to make up for that?
Teague says districts have to close the gap or risk being sued.
The IEP is a legal contract between the district and the parents, So if they're not in compliance, there's legal issues that could come up.
One thing the commissioner stressed, if your child isn't receiving the services they need, don't hesitate to let the district know. Parents and children shouldn't be home struggling alone. In Patterson, I'm Joanna Gagis, NJTV News.